do I feel good today. What's up, everybody? Welcome into The Early Edge, your sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not even close. All of the odds on The Early Edge are provided by the king of all sports books, our partner. Of course, I'm talking about BetMGM. Now, in the chat, I already see a lot of people talking about the counselor, talking about the sniper. Last night, you want to talk about sweat-free? You want to talk about going to bed early? What a bounce-back day. It's not about having 20 picks all the time, but having the right picks when you need them. And we needed them yesterday. And the sniper, I think this is the first time that I can ever remember this happening. He cashed his 2 tickets in the first 3 batters of the game. It was over after 3 batters, and we cashed those 2 tickets. Trey Turner hit a home run. Bryce Harper got walked, just like he said that it would, with Mikey B, with the counselor. Now, today is a very, very big day. We have soccer, we've got football, we've got baseball, all WNBA. I mean, you're talking about busy? Today is busy. So what do? I give all my guys a little ring-a-ding-ding, and I bring in the absolute very best. But when I look at who I've got today, oh my goodness, the guru from just south of London, England, the maestro is here, Amags is here, and of course the counselor is here. Counselor, last night, I don't know that you could even have a better pick than what you have first half, minus 9.5, and they only won by 31. So you, sir, get our 15 seconds.
Yeah, listen, I don't always have the best picks. You know, it's been a good run for me really over the last year. So there's some stops where I lag a little bit, but I gotta say, 31-0 at halftime, and then you go back to the Austin Eckler prop that I had the night before. That cashes in the first quarter. You go back to Wan'Dale Robinson, that cashes in the second quarter for Sunday Night Football. Like, these are the ones you want to have some of these in your bag, especially during NFL season where we have a lot of efficient markets. But this South Alabama thing, this was so easy. They had over 400 yards in the first half, 2 USM's 26, a really easy one. I actually had almost a first half play again today with New Mexico State, but there's reasons why I'm staying off. It's New Mexico State minus 1.5 against UTEP. UTEP's rolling out a new quarterback, Cade McConnell. He played last week, and he played pretty well, so it has me a little nervous about it, but it's maybe a play I'm going to post later. Oh, and by the way, we have golf tonight, and I'll have first-round leaders posted later today on Twitter.
Look at the counselor. That's how you utilize your 15 seconds. Now, later today, as we do every single Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, me, AB, EC, and our man Chip Patterson. Week 8 college football mega preview. All the big games this weekend. All of our best bets. We'll do it today. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss one single second of our incredible content. But gentlemen, we're not going to just sit around and joke around all day because I have a cold and I can barely talk. So I need you guys to pick me up today. And I know you absolutely will. Just like the Astros need to be picked up off the floor. They're on the road. Best road team in baseball, though. So maybe this is a good thing. They're down 2-0 in this game. The Rangers have yet to lose in the in the playoffs. So here's the numbers. Minus 135 for the Rangers. The total sitting at 9. All the odds powered by BetMGM. So, Amags, you're our baseball guy. You and Sniper are just all season long. So how about you start us off? Are we fading or are we following the Rangers to go up 3-0?
Yeah, Coach, and nice little shout out for Sniper. He has been killing it. Mm-hmm. And as you said, I think there's a first time for everything, right? So I'll take the Houston Astros at plus money here. I think that this game is probably won in the bullpens. When you look at the 2 starting pitchers, not sure how deep they're going to get. So I think when you look at the bullpens, you look at the urgency of this game, this is the biggest game of the Astros season by far. I'll take the Astros plus money.
So we got Astros 4-1. Now, Maestro, let me come to you because this should be very interesting tonight for the Rangers. They have put their ball or their confidence, whatever word you want to use, in Max Scherzer, who hasn't started a game since September 12th. Over a month, he's had shoulder issues. What's he going to have tonight? Nobody knows. Are you fading or following his Rangers to go up 3-0?
Yeah, I'm fading. It's a bad spot for him against an Astros team that absolutely lit him up last time out. You know, they're very comfortable hitting at Globe Life Field. They put up 16 homers and 39 runs in sweeping the Rangers a little over a month ago. So they feel very confident going into this game against Max Scherzer, who's not going to throw more than about 80 to 90 pitches max. And then you get into that Rangers bullpen, which is vulnerable. it's just a good spot with Javier on the mound. He's been awesome in the postseason, 16 1/3 scoreless innings in his last 3 starts with only 2 hits allowed and 23 Ks. So I think he gives them a good start against that great Rangers lineup, but the Astros really get to Scherzer.
Counselor, are we going to go 3 for 3?
Did you catch the 80 to 90 pitches max? Very subtle, but I caught it there, Maestro. Listen, I think it might even be less than 80 to 90, even if he has an okay outing. I like the plus number here. I mean, we're looking for value here. Obviously, the stock is very high on the Texas Rangers, especially when you roll out a name brand like Max Scherzer. Christian Javier, he troubles me a little bit. Like, everything looks okay with him, but he walks a lot of batters. And that makes me nervous. It makes me want to look at like a first 5 over or just the over of 9 altogether. But for me, I got to go with Houston and the value at plus money.
All right, we go 3 for 3. I'll throw my little opinion into the mix too. I'm going to play the total of 9. I cashed 8.5 in game number 2. And I think when you have a game like this, guys, teams tend to loosen up. When it's 2-0, Astros will have nothing to lose against Max Scherzer. And the Rangers, they mash every single game. So I'm going to play the total over 9 is my best play for this game. Now, where are you going to make these bets at? Well, I got to tell you, we have signed up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new customers, but there's still plenty more to go. New BetMGM customers, can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome with bonus code EDGE200. That's bonus code EDGE200. Now, tomorrow, I will be on CBS Sports HQ. I need a bounce back against Will Brinson from Pick 6. But right now, HQ, if you haven't seen all the different articles growing, I think we're the reason. Snake?
Well, you need your sports news anywhere?
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
Now, as fate would have it, Guru, your mentee, Buckets, is in the chat right now. And he is throwing plays out and saying, oh, I'm sure the Guru and I are on the same plays. Quite the assumption from young Mr. Buckets. However, there is Women's Champions League today. There's other different things today. But I want to go to the weekend because all of this international break nonsense, it comes to an end. All the big leagues are coming back. I mean, I was just in Manchester, England, Guru. Manchester City this way. Man United that way. I felt torn. I was stuck right in the middle. So now in this English Premier League, dog of the day, just for you. Let's see what we have this weekend. The Wolves, West Ham, and Brighton at Man City. They're all dogs. So of these 3, Mr. Martin W. Green, which dog are we following to the pay window?
Yeah, pleased to have club soccer back, coach. The international break goes on far too long. Pleased to cash England to win an under 4.5 goals last night. That was a good one. But yeah, looking forward to getting the real soccer back up and running. Of the 3, it has to be Wolves. They're away at Bournemouth. And their manager, Gary O'Neill, was the Bournemouth manager last season. So he'll really have a point to prove. They fired him, brought in a new manager, Iraola, who hasn't done very well at all. Whereas O'Neill's actually doing really well at Wolves. They've got a pretty solid defence. They're quick and incisive on the counter-attack. So they look like the sort of team that could pull off an upset at the Vitality Stadium. Plus 188 looks like pretty good set of odds. If you want a really fun bet, you can go for Brighton to beat Manchester City. I mean, they're the sort of team that could lose 5-0 or they could lose 3-0. They're a real Jekyll and Hyde team. They could win 3-0, or lose heavily. So, yeah, that could be a fun bet. But Wolves stands out as the most appealing one of the 3 for me.
By the way, did you happen to see the video on Instagram yesterday of that young – he kind of looked like a young Buckets to me, where he got into a cab and Pep Guardiola was in the cab, and this guy was the biggest Man City. He's like 10 years old, 11 years old. And the manager of Man City is in the cab with him. It's one of the greatest videos you'll ever see. Go check it out on Instagram. Really, really cool. He seems like a cool guy, Guru.
He is a cool guy. I'd like him more if he didn't prevent Arsenal from winning the league all the time. But, yeah, he does seem like a pretty good guy.
Hey, it happens. It happens. But maybe this is the year for Arsenal. We'll be here to ride it out with you. No doubt about it. Now, that's the English Premier League, but also here at CBS and on Paramount Plus and all of our different platforms, we have another big league that's also coming back this weekend. And as Buckets and I like to say, it's Serie
The Scudetto, where the soul of Italy meets the pinnacle of calcio. Catch Serie A on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount Plus.
Oh, I can't stand betting on Atalanta. They have like multiple personalities. You never know which team you're going to get. But I'll be watching 12 p.m. Eastern, Paramount Plus. Now, you guys come here for one reason, well, several reasons. To have a good time, but also to get educated and entertained and use the information for yourself. So, Amags, I'm looking you in the eye, big boy. It's time to start our board right now. And I just told you that I'm playing the Astros over tonight. And I believe if Houston's going to win, their offense has to get things going. Do you agree?
I do, Coach, and I think it's going to be a glorious night for us Astros bettors if this offense hits. And I say us because I'm taking the Astros team total over 4 at -120. There are some books that have the 4 out there. Make sure you shop around. This is absolutely available. And I really like the 4 instead of the 4.5. The 4.5 is around +100. So getting in at the 4 here with that push option is really appealing to me. Look, if you get to the 4th run, it is what it is. We'll push and we'll move on to another day. But I think if this Astros team is going to win, they absolutely have to hit. You're right, Coach. Against Max Scherzer, look, Maestro already said he was teed up the last time that he faced this team, and it was at the end of the season. He hasn't pitched since September 12th. You could do all the simulated games and bullpen sessions you want, but going out there and pitching in a big atmosphere against this Astros lineup is not easy. If anybody can do it, it could be Max Scherzer. He is an elite pitcher, but I just don't know if that's the version we see today. And when you look at the other side, I don't know exactly how great Christian Javier is going to be. He's had a nice recent track record, but he walked 5 in that start against Minnesota. He had a longer leash because they put up 4 runs in the first inning. So if this is like a 3-3 game or a 4-4 game, like there's going to have to be runs. And I like getting in with the Astros over 4. And then secondly, it pairs nicely with that play. I'm going to take Michael Brantley over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is +110 on BetMGM. I really like the spot for Brantley. He's had success in his career against Scherzer. Recently this year, he hit a home run off Scherzer in only 2 at-bats. So I like the prospects of him hitting in the middle of this lineup and, Yordan Alvarez hitting either in front of him or 2 hitters in front of him. We know that guy can absolutely mash. I already saw our guy Ben Horner in the chat mention Alvarez at -130 for hit run RBI. I do like that, but I think he could potentially walk or be intentionally walked. And if that happens, Brantley comes up with men on base. So I like Michael Brantley at plus money here. I fired a half unit on it, but I'd be fine if he went full unit as well. Good luck to the Astros. Hopefully we cash those tickets.
Listen to the confidence from my man Amags. Look how far my man has come in the last year. I'm going to start calling this playoff Amags. This is playoff Amags. I think you're taking your game up a level. So we got to add something to it. Officially playoff Amags today. Thank you, sir, for getting us started. Now, as I said last week, Counselor, this is a worldwide show. When I travel to Manchester, England, and people walk up to me on the street and say, Coach, I listen to the Early Edge all the time. That's when I know we are worldwide, but not just in Europe, but we love the Asian countries too. And tonight, a lot of people don't realize, but there is a big-time golf tournament kicking off, and I'm here for it, and I need a play. Could you find PGA Sia anywhere this morning? Could you do that?
It's not a night for early edge primetime because we don't have Thursday night football, Sunday night football, or Monday night football, but we do have the Zozo in Tokyo, Japan. So how about some early edge primetime PGA? We're going to the Zozo and we're taking Aaron Rai plus 100 over Kevin Yu, Soulja Boy Tellum, and Trevor Werbelow. Really like this one. I mean, this is one of those where I'm trying to find a 3-ball to kind of phase out a couple of these golfers. Trevor Werbelow in particular, he does flash here and there, but Aaron Rai really is the class of these 3 guys. And for the record, he actually played at the Zozo last year. He has experience here, whereas Trevor Werbelow and Kevin Yu do not have experience here. The one thing I also wanted to look at was jet lag. Like which of these guys actually played at the Shriners? I mean, this is a really long trip from last week's Vegas location to Tokyo, Japan. All 3 of these guys played at the Shriners. So there's really no jet lag, day one lag there, at least as it relates to these three guys. They're all in the same boat. Aaron Wright, really from a metric standpoint, when you're looking at approach, off the tee, short game, he does have some short game failures, especially sand saves, things of that nature, which will be important here. But at the end of the day, he's the much better golfer. I think it's probably between Aaron Wright and Kevin Yu here. And we're going to find out because we get to watch this tonight. I don't know when the airtime is, but this actually goes off at 8:51 Eastern Standard Time. So as you're watching college football, as you're watching baseball, you'll get to see Aaron Wright beat Kevin Yu, Trevor Werbelow, even money.
I think it's going to be around midnight Easter when the TV comes on, but I'm going to tweet out one play from my personal account, and I'll put in the start times where people can watch it as well, just to make sure that we have it covered top to bottom. Counselor, as always, you are the man. Now, by the way, defending champion Keegan Bradley in this event.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys know how much we love soccer. You know, I tease a lot about buckets and Guru and Brant Sutton, our silent assassin, but when it comes right down to it, and we're looking the games in the eye, there is nobody, and I repeat, nobody, that I would rather have front and center than my man, the Guru. I need not one, I need two big plays that I can sink my teeth into, play them, get them in my queue, and just sit back and collect on Saturday. Martin, you're up.
Thank you very much, Coach. It is always a little bit tricky after a 2-week international break because some of the big players are tired and they pick up injuries. And I think the Premier League card looks very tricky this weekend. So I've cast my net a bit further afield and I'm looking at Spain, where Real Madrid are top of the table with 8 wins from 9 games thus far. Jude Bellingham has been sensational. Los Blancos are now the -150 favourites to win La Liga this season, and I think they should be able to extend their impressive winning streak when they take on Sevilla on the road on Saturday. They've won their last 4 games against Sevilla. They've also won their last 4 away matches against Sevilla, so I think odds of -115 on them prevailing this weekend look very attractive. And I'm actually going to go for a Madrid double. Atletico Madrid are on a 4-game winning streak in La Liga too. They're 5 points behind Real Madrid, but they do have a game in hand. They've also made a very impressive start to the season, cashed with them a few times so far, so I'm going to keep riding that train. The same cannot be said of Celta Vigo. They're languishing in the relegation zone. 1 win from 9 games thus far. Things aren't looking great for Celta. Atletico Madrid have won their last 4 matches against this team. They're unbeaten against the Galician club since 2018. Longer odds, it's +110, but I like the look of that. I think they can get the job done. Both of these teams are away, so it's a little bit tricky. If you want, you can go Real Madrid draw no bet and Atletico Madrid draw no bet and put them in a 2-team parlay if you want to play it a bit more cautiously. But I'm just doing a single unit play on both.
Reed in the chat says, we're all smarter just by listening to the Guru. Now, we love the chat. You guys make this show, and I laugh a lot of the time. Connor, who loves the show, says, WNBA, I'm laughing. Rather throw my money in a river. Seminole says, changing my name to River. Throw it to me. Very, very funny. Now, Connor, you may not like the WNBA, but there's a lot of people that do. And at SportsLine, we always have articles, always have picks. We don't necessarily always have them here on the show, but we're like the liaison. So if you want WNBA, because it's a big finals, they pushed it way back this year, right up to the NBA season, we'll become a SportsLine member. I'll do you a solid right here, right now. I'll give you 60% off the quarterly plan, not the first button, not the third. You got to hit that 3-month. Use that promo code COACH. Use a QR code, sportsline.com/join, and come be a part of what we're doing, the fastest growing fan base literally in the world in sports betting, and we want you to be a part of it at SportsLine. Now, when I see that promo, I think of how far we've come, and there were only 2 men that were here on day freaking 1 3 years ago. It was me, and it was my man, the Maestro. Sir, floor is yours.
Okay, I'm riding with the Sniper and David Sampson, and we are all on the Houston Astros tonight. This is the best road team in all of baseball. They've won 5 in a row at Globe Life. They just absolutely feel very comfortable there, and they should against Max Scherzer coming back from the layoff. I don't think Scherzer's going to go too deep, which means more innings against that Texas bullpen. We get a solid start from Javier, take the Astros at plus money. And then Thursday night football, still eagerly awaiting the catch props to drop on Alvin Kamara, but his receiving yards are up, and I'm going over 29.5. 25 targets in only 3 games. He's not going to run well against this Jags defense, number 3 against the run, but they are going to use him, I believe, in the passing game because the Jags bottom 8 in terms of catches, yards, and targets allowed to opposing running backs. Juwan Johnson, one of those safety blankets for Derek Carr, won't be out there on the field. The O-line is shaky. He's got to get rid of the ball quick. Alvin Kamara over 29.5.
We talked a lot about this game yesterday on our NFL Mega Preview. We do it every single Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Maestro, what's the latest on the Jacksonville side and whether or not Trevor Lawrence could be on the field Thursday night?
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty because even though C.J. Beathard said it most likely will be Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Beathard took the first team reps in practice, so we're still in a wait-and-see mode on that. My feeling is that even if Lawrence plays, and it looks like he is expected to go, he's not going to be the same Trevor Lawrence in terms of his mobility and being able to roll out and hit those downfield plays. So I'm definitely liking the Saints' chances here, but especially, obviously, if it's C.J. Beathard, who has not started a game since 2020.
And we will have the very latest on Primetime Early Edge Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time as we count down to the first game every single week of the NFL schedule. Now, real quick, a lot of people are asking where they can find the WNBA play at SportsLine. Maestro, can you please help them out?
Yeah, go to sportsline.com, click analysis, and then hit WNBA on the dropdown.
Boom. That's all you got to do. We're a team. We're a crew for a reason. So with all that being said, grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of my man, the Snake, on the 1s and the 2s. Maestro, we're going straight Astros money line plus 110. Then Alvin Kamara over 29.5 receiving yards, minus 120. That is Thursday night football. Then the Guru, 2 big plays for this weekend. Real Madrid, they've been playing great soccer. You're getting them at minus 115. I'll take them pretty much against anybody in the world. Atletico Madrid, money line plus 110. Then PGA Sia showing up today. How about a little 3-way? Aaron Rye plus 100 over Kevin Yu and Trent were below. Then Amags. He kind of in simpatico with the Maestro. Let's go Astros team total over 4. Shop around. You can still get that number. And then Michael Brantley over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs plus 110. Wouldn't that be cool if you could do the same thing, Amags, that Sniper did last night, that we could cash that first inning? That would be nice, would it not?
I would love that. And that would be very similar to some of you remember early in the season when I went to the Yankee game, and within the first 3 batters, we cashed 3 different tickets, I believe. So something very similar tonight would be perfect.
I don't even know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, Counselor, but I did like Martin following you up. Maestro, can we get a flex from you too?
Next time.
All right. Be kind to one another. Pay it forward. You have any friends that are looking for a place to be included and you want to be valued and we listen and we want you a part of it? This is where we want you to be. It's a difficult business. Life is hard. We know that. Come be a part of what your friends are doing because that's what we are. We're all friends except for Buckets and EC, but you guys know how that rolls. Now, with all that being said, what a good show today. My guys came strong, ready to go on a Wednesday. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. The Guru, the Maestro, the Counselor, and my man Amags and the Snake, always keeping us in line, trying to keep this train on said track. I am simply the coach. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. It's all we care about. Right here. Have a great day. Early Edge.